Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to present my project for English class. I hope you enjoy this video and understand what I'm going to share with you. So let's get started. So first of all, before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Firman Jonathan. I am majoring in Information System at the University of Binasarana Informatica, commonly known as UBSI in 2026. Today, I will be covering two topics. The first part is about consumer habits in e-commerce, and the second part is about the simple present tense. So I'm naming this project is Digital Card and Grammar Mastery. Part 1. The Rise of Online Shopping. Analyzing the spontaneity in digital consumption. The evolution of global retail. A digital marketplace revolution. Modern retail has shifted from physical easel to infinite digital scrolls. Platforms like Shopee, Tokopedia, and Amazon provide 24 hours, 7 days access, making shopping a perpetual activity rather than a planned trip. The combination of mobile-first design and one-click checkout has lowered the barrier to entry, inviting spontaneous transaction at any moment. Defining impulse buying behavior. Pure spontaneity, the act of purchasing a product without any prior intention or list. It is driven by emotional arousal and immediate sensory triggers rather than rational utility. And reminder impulse occurs when a consumer sees a product online and is suddenly reminded of a latent need, a must-have trend, often sparked by personalized ads. The scroll and shop trend, the dopamine cycle. Algorithm analyze your behavior to present irresistible offers. Each scroll triggers a tiny dopamine hit, encouraging you to keep looking for the next deal. This creates a feedback loop where the thrill of the hunt often outweighs the actual need for the product being purchased. So, what drives online spending? 40% impulse buys, 30% planned replenishment, 15% search-driven needs, 15% other factors. Shockingly, 40% of all online spending is attributed to spontaneous, unplanned decision triggered by smart UX and AI nudge. The cost of spontaneity 2.6 million rupiah average monthly impulse spend. The average consumer spend roughly 2.6 million rupiah per month on unplanned goods. This leads to a cycle of buyer's remorse where 44% of buyers feel regret within 24 hours of their purchase. Platform features. While platforms make a life easier, the cost of excessive convenience is the erosion of financial discipline. We must learn to outsmart the algorithm designed to exploit our impulses. Per- this is my personal opinion on digital consumerism. Okay, so how we regaining consumer control? Okay, I have four ways. And the first way is the 24-hour rule. Left the item in your cart for a day before checking out. Okay. And the second, remove autofill. Adding friction to payment reduce quick buy now clicks. Okay. And the third, disable notification. Turn off flash sale alerts that create artificial urgency. Okay. And the last is track spending. Use apps to visualize where your small impulse buys go. Okay, so this is the conclusion. E-commerce platforms and algorithms make impulse buying incredibly easy. While it offers great convenience, it also challenges our financial discipline. Therefore, as smart consumers, we need to take control of our spending habits. Okay, let's we go to next part 2. Part 2, Grammar Mastery. Simple present tense foundation of English communication. So, what is the meaning of simple present tense? Function and facts. We use the simple present to talk about things that are always true or action that happen regularly. It is the foundation of describing our work and our routines. Example, the sun rises in the east. So this is the truth. Okay. Okay, so this is the positive sentence structure. Okay. So we use subject I, you, we, they, he, she, it. And the verb one is base form or base form plus s or es. Okay. And the complement object, adverb, or adjective. Okay. So the pattern is we use subject plus verb one using s or es and plus object. Okay. So this is the subject verb agreement rules. Okay. So if we use I, you, we, they as a subject, we must using a base verb. Okay. For this example, they shop online every week. Okay. Why? Because we using they as a subject. Okay. So we using the best verb in this sentence, which is shop. Okay. Okay, next. So if we using the subject is he, she, it, we must using the verb uh using at as or es. Okay, for example, she buys clothes impulsively. Why? Because the subject is she, so we use the verb at using as. Okay, buys. The best verb is from buy. Okay. Next, verb ending in ch sub sh or o, we must using at es. For example, he goes to the store. Okay, why? Because in the verb, the best verb is go. Okay, go has a vocal o. Okay, so the sentence must using es in the sentence. Okay, the verb must using es. So this is the expressing negation. Okay, we using don't versus doesn't. Okay, to make a negative sentence, we use the auxiliary verbs do not, or don't, or does not, or doesn't. Okay, followed by the root verb. Okay, this is the pattern how we use the sentence if the sentence is negative. Subject plus do or does plus not plus verb 1. Okay. Okay, so this is the asking question. Do and does at the start. Okay. When asking a question, move the auxiliary verb to the beginning. The main verb remains in its base form. Okay. For example, do you buy things online? Okay. Why we using this sentence do? Because we want to talking with someone directly, so we using do in this sentence. Okay. Okay, next example, does she want that bag? Okay, does she want that bag? We using does as a question. Okay, why we using does? Because we want to talking someone, so we using the does in this sentence. Okay, remember, no s on the main verb when does is present. Okay. Okay, so this is nominal sentence or to be. Okay, if we use subject is I, we must use the sentence is am. Okay, for example, I am a student. So in this sentence, we using am because the subject is I. Okay. Next, if we use the subject he, she, it, we must use is as the nominal sentence. Okay. For example, it is expensive. Okay. The sentence we using is because the subject is it. Okay. Next, if we use the subject you, we, they, we must use are in the sentence. For example, we are happy. Okay. Used to be when describing state conditions or identities rather than action. Okay, so this is adverb of frequency. Okay, so we have always, often, sometimes, and never. Okay, so always we using 100% frequency, often 75 frequency, sometimes 50% frequency, and never 0% frequency. Okay, place this before the main verb. I usually shop on Sundays. Okay, so this is common mistakes to avoid. Okay, subject disconnected, saying he go instead of he goes. Always watch the subject. Double markers, saying she doesn't like the as most to does, so the verb stay road. Okay, to be misused, saying I am work here. Use either I work or I am a worker. Okay. Adverb placement, saying I shop always. It should be I always shop. Okay everyone, so we have interactive practice session. So I hope you can follow this session. Okay. Okay, we have a 5 sentence and this is have a lot of uh, blank space. So I hope you can fully the blank with the answer. Okay. The first sentence is my sister blank 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 many things on flash sales. Okay. So the verb, the best verb what we use is buy. Okay. But what the answer about this sentence? Yes, correct. We use buys. Okay. Why? Because buys, the subject, my sister, is third person, singular, which requires adding at and s to the base verb in the simple present tense to describe a habitual action. Okay, good job. Next, we have second sentence. Okay, we blank 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 expensive shipping fees. Okay, so we have a key, the answer, not and like. So what do you think about the answer? Yes, correct. The answer is don't like. Why? Because the subject we is plural, which requires do instead of does to form a negative sentence in the simple present tense. Okay, so we the answer is don't like. Okay, good job. Okay, the third the third is a question. Okay, the question. Blank 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 you blank 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 a shopping list. Okay, so the key is have. So what do you think? The answer. Right, correct. The answer is do. Okay, why? Because the auxiliary verb do is used to start the question because the subject is you, while the main verb have stays in its base form to follow the standard structure for interrogative sentence in the simple present tense. Okay, so that's why you use do in the question. Okay, good job. Okay, next we have a sentence. The algorithm, blah blah blah, very smart. So, what do you think about the answer? What? Okay, good job. So, the answer is okay, correct. Why? Because the verb is using use because the subject, the algorithm is a singular noun it, okay, which require the singular form of the verb to be in the simple present tense. Okay, so that's why the answer is okay. Good job. Okay, we have the last sentence. Okay, he blah 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 to the store. Okay, so what do you think about the answer? What? Okay, correct. The answer is goes. Okay, correct. Why? Because the verb goes is used because the subject he is third person singular, requiring the addition of es to verbs ending in o in the simple present tense. Okay, that's why we use es in the verb. Okay, good job. Okay, okay, maybe this is finished about my present. I hope you can enjoy with my presenting. Yeah. So we uh now we know about how we use simple present tense. Okay. Thank you and good luck.